Chicago Midwest Emmy legend and WGN Channel 9 reporter Mike Lowe, a man who not only is a brilliant journalist, but has a voice that I envy. I wish I had that baritone that you have. No. So how'd you do tonight?
Well, I was nominated for 10, and I won 4.
Congratulations. So, that's a light year for you.
You know, it's a light year.
No, but that's a great year for anybody.
No, it was fun. But it's a validation of the kind of work we do at Channel 9. So that's what's kind of fun.
Man, it's a validation of the kind of work there's a lot of creativity that goes into what you do. What were the 4 stories you won for this year?
So we won for the weather category, which was really cool because as part of my responsibilities doing the WGN at 75 stories, I got to do an inside look at how Tom Skilling tracks a storm. And I told people that if you were a Tom Skilling fan, this was the story that validated everything you thought about him. Like, we peeled back the curtain and you see Tom Skilling hand ensembling from like 20 different models. He's ensembling the models on a calculator. He's looking at the Japanese, radar. He's doing this. And it was like, yes, this is what I've always thought Tom Skilling did. He's not just ripping the National Weather Service wire copy and reporting it. He's doing it himself.
From the moment he wakes up, from the moment he goes to sleep,
It was cool to see it, though. Mm-hmm. I don't think we had ever shown that this guy is a legitimate scientist. He was doing experiments about the altitude of clouds and using that as a proxy for what the wind speed could be. I mean,
as one does.
The kinds of stuff that, he's a real scientist, and so that was a really fun one to do.
Another meteorologist told me about Tom Skilling. It's the genius of Tom is that it's like the most science that the average person gets on a day-to-day basis is what Tom is presenting to you.
No question about it. He is a legitimate scientist who also is an expert communicator, and it's why he's become probably the most beloved, and I think he's probably the most famous and the best meteorologist in the history of the country. That's not hyperbole.
I don't think it's hyperbole at all. I don't think anyone would disagree.
Every other meteorologist would say that, right?
Absolutely. So what's it going to be like when he's gone then?
It's going to be a huge hole at Channel 9, and we've had a few of these things happen over the years, right? Like when Bozo left.
Bozo had to retire.
What's Channel 9 without Bozo?
Bozo's
Channel
in Fort
9 goes
Lauderdale
on.
right now. I think
Bozo's having a margarita by the pool.
Right.
But things have changed with WGN Sports. That used to be such a big part of our identity. The Cubs, the Sox, the Hawks, the Bulls.
Well, we both grew up in Chicago. and We both grew up with that. But that's why it's had to be a blast for you to dig into that 75-year history.
Oh, it was the assignment of my lifetime because I'm not only a reporter at Channel 9, but I was an intern when I was a student at Northwestern. I was Dan Rohn's intern. So to me, it was like a homecoming to come back to Channel 9 and then actually get to work among the legends that we knew. The Skillings, the Dan Rohns, the Robert Jordans, Jackie Bang, people who have been there our entire lives. You and me we're basically contemporaries.
Right.
By the way, I have to get
Where else did you intern?
At WTTW.
There you go.
So Channel 11 is in my DNA as well, and I have nothing but respect for the things that Channel 11 does. Chicago Stories is maybe the best
it's a wonderful
broadcast
series
on all of Chicago TV. I love it. I learn from it. Jeffrey Bear, and then what you guys do on Chicago Tonight, all the debates you host. I mean, you deserve your roses as well.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's mutual. It's Mutual Admiration Society, and you deserve all the accolades you get as well, and all the hardware. Mike Lowe, thanks for stopping by.
No, this was fun.
I corralled this guy, said you got to stop by and talk to us.
Yeah, I was going to try and skip it this year, but when Paris asks, there's only one answer, and that's yes.
See, I got pull, folks. I got pull. I get the big guy. So you're now going to ascend at WGN into the role of the folks that you mentioned. You're the steward now. You're carrying the torch.
We're
and you got great people. I mean, right now
kind of feels like a generational shift, right?
And Ben. And
Ben is great.
Everybody there is
Lourdes
great.
is great, and we have a fun team, and still have that WGN idea of. It's the $1 million slogan, right? Chicago's very own. But we try to live up to that. That really isn't. It's not just a slogan; it's a mission statement.
You're Chicago folks. You're, as a former Week in Review host said, you're not just the blow-dried pretty people
No,
at WGN.
of
Even though
course.
you're blow-dried and pretty.
No.
Okay.
I look like Mayor Daley, right? I translate to Chicago audiences, but I'm not the 6'4" guy with the chiseled chin. I don't look like Dolph Lundgren. Let's put it that way.
But you got his voice.
Well,
You got that Bill
I
Curtis
guess.
voice.
So I'm lucky in that sense, but we reflect the city.
You do.
In the same way that I
Absolutely.
think Channel 11 does.
We try. Yeah, it's very important, and we need to support both stations and all Chicago journalists doing hard work, because the work you do is very difficult. It's fun, but it's difficult.
It's fun.
and so folks need to support it.
Well, thank you for supporting it, and watch Channel 11 and watch Channel 9.
All right, we're not competitors here. We're brothers.
We're brothers.
We're brothers in arms. All right, Mike. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Paris. Always a pleasure.
All right. Good.